Mr. President, no man thinks more highly than I do of patriotism, as well as the very worthy abilities of the gentlemen who have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights. Therefore, I hope I'll not be thought disrespectful if, entertaining, as I do, opinions of a character rather different from theirs. I shall speak forth my sentiments freely and without reserve. Patrick Henry was a self-taught lawyer who served as a member to the Virginia House of Burgesses for many years and became famous for his superb oratory. At the Second Virginia Convention of Delegates in Richmond's St. John's Church on March 23, 1775, he introduced the radical resolution that Virginia prepare to arm and defend itself against British oppression. There is no time for ceremony. The question before the House is one awful moment for this country. For my part, I consider it nothing less than a question of freedom and slavery. I have one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know no way of judging the future but by the past, and judging by the past, I wish to know what there has been in the conduct of the British ministry for the last 10 years to justify the hopes which gentlemen have been so pleased to solace themselves and the House. Is it that insidious smile with which our petition has been lately greeted? Trust it not, sir. It will prove a snare to your feet. Suffer yourselves not to be betrayed with a kiss, but rather ask yourselves how these gracious receptions comport with these warlike measures that cover our waters and darken our lands. Are fleets and armies necessary for a work of love and reconciliation? And have we shown ourselves so unwilling to be reconciled that force must be called in to win back our love? Let us not deceive ourselves, sir. These are implements of war and subjugation, the last arguments to which a king resorts. I ask, gentlemen, sir, what means this martial army if not to force us into submission? Can gentlemen assign any other purpose to it? Has Great Britain any enemy in this quarter of the world to call for this accumulation of fleets and armies? No, sir. She has none. They are meant for us. They can be meant for no other. They are sent to bind and rivet upon us the chains which the British ministry has been so long forging. Let us not, I beseech you, sir, deceive ourselves longer. Sir, we have done everything that could be done to prevent the storm which is now coming on. We have petitioned, we have remonstrated, we have supplicated, we have prostrated ourselves before the throne, and have implored its interposition to arrest the tyrannical hands of the ministry and parliament. Our petitions have been slighted. Our remonstrances have produced additional violence and insult. Our supplications have been disregarded, and we have been spurned with contempt from the foot of the throne. It is in vain, after all these things, that gentlemen may indulge in the fond hope of peace and reconciliation. There is no longer any room for hope. If we wish to be free, we must fight. I repeat it, sir, we must fight. An appeal to arms and the God of hosts is all that is left to us now. They tell us, sir, we are weak, unable to cope with so powerful an adversary. But when, sir, shall we be stronger? Will it be the next week or the next year? Will it be when a British guard is stationed at every house? Shall we gather strength by irresolution and inaction? Will we acquire an effectual means of defense by laying supinely on our backs, hugging the delusive phantom of hope until our enemies have bound us hand and foot? Sir, we are not weak, and if we make proper use of the means which the God of nature hath placed in our power, 3 millions of people armed in the holy cause of liberty, and in such a country as this, we are invincible. by any means which our enemy can send against us. Besides, sir, we shall not fight our battles alone. There is a just God who presides over the destinies of nations, who will raise up allies to fight our battles for us. This battle, sir, is not to the strong alone. It is to the vigilant, the active, and the brave. Besides, sir, we have no election process. If we were base enough to desire it, it is now too late to retire from the contest. The next gale that sweeps from the north will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What is it gentlemen wish? What would they have? Is life so dear, or peace so sweet, as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God! I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty, or give me death!